What's the latest on your client?
All right, so an application was made today before Judge McIntosh for the habeas corpus. The judge has ordered that Mr. Richards be charged or released by 6 p.m. today. So we're just awaiting the time to see what the officers will do today.
So Mr. Richards has appeared in court today or is not?
No, so an order was made on Wednesday for Mr. Richards to be taken for medical attention. That was not done. So when the application was made, the judge made inquiries and we were told that he's now at the hospital. So the judge has made the orders as such.
That if somebody come and I do you something and then come with a whole of them friend them and you apprehend fear and the fear is real, ask those things. If so, was the amount of force that was used also reasonable? Well, just know that self-defense is rooted in the belief that people should be allowed to protect themselves. The law allows that, right? So in part, it means that someone doesn't necessarily have to wait to the point of actually being struck in order to act in self-defense. Whatever the circumstances are, any force that would be any force that the defendant uses has to be reasonable under the circumstances.
Alright, we're back with another update on the old Jaii Fraii case. So the court rules that Jaii Fraii should be charged or freed today at 6 p.m. So a judge in Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court Friday morning ruled that popular vlogger Jaii Fraii must be charged or released 6 p.m. today by the police. The order was made arising from an application by his attorney, Isaac Buchanan. Jaii Fraii, whose given name is J. Dean Richards, has been in custody since Sunday following a shooting incident at the carnival after the party Big Wall. He and two other men were injured in the incident. Buchanan, who applied for Richards' release the morning, also indicated that Jaii Fraii is to be taken to hospital for medical treatment in keeping with an order issued Wednesday. The court extended detention on Wednesday following an application by the police also in custody in the relation to Sunday incident music producer Javi Morrison, who was taken to court on Wednesday and whose detention was extended following an application by the police. So by today we will know whether or not Jaii Fraii is innocent. Because this is crazy. Imagine somebody being a victim of an incident and defending themselves and still being detained to this day. And it's crazy because if Jaii Fraii was detained by the police, right? How is it that when Isaac Buchanan became his attorney, he is indicating to them, say, take him to the hospital? How does that make sense? That simply means that Jaii Fraii was literally in police custody at the station or in a prison holding cell or wherever and wasn't getting any treatment. This goes to show, say, once you're behind bars, you're literally nobody. Or once you're behind bars and you don't have any money, you get fucked. Yeah, that's what it simply shows. Because how can a person be a victim of an incident and is behind bars and not getting any treatment? That's not fair. You get me I say? And it doesn't matter who the person is because nobody is innocent or guilty until proven so in front of the court. So for you to be behind bars or in a holding cell and not getting any proper treatment, that is crazy. Yeah, that is literally crazy. So I hope everything can go according. I hope everything can go better once Isaac Buchanan have him released today. And I think Isaac Buchanan is the right person for this job. He's dealt with similar scenarios like this. And the fact that Javi also have an high-end lawyer, this can literally be a good case. But my thing about this is people are making this seems, or the court is making it seems as a very high-profile case. Yes, it is because these persons are well-known people in the industry. But as I say, we don't want to talk too much about it because, as I've said, And another thing I want to talk about is Isaac Buchanan. Isaac Buchanan released a video talking about self-defense. You know, Isaac Buchanan is basically saying that Jaii Fraii is innocent. Yeah, Isaac Buchanan is basically saying that Jaii Fraii is innocent once everything he's saying is true. You know, that's what I get from Isaac Buchanan interview. No, from his speech. You know, and it's crazy because ever since this incident happened, a lot of shows like CVM Sunrise has been doing a lot of research and a lot of things talking about if medical team should be at events, what is right from what is wrong in self-defense, you know, and this basically opened a lot of people's eyes, you know. But alright, so in other news, a video circulating on social media of being a man kissing someone, you know, and everybody is saying that it's AI, and most of the other people are saying that Beanman don't have any ear on his head. I never saw Beanman head before, so I don't know whether or not Beanman have no ear on his head. You get me? But what I do know is that AI is literally going to be the death of us. AI is going to be the death of us because AI can literally replicate anybody and let it look so realistic that you can't even identify who it is. And I think it's a case like that because nobody know who this is other than Beanman. Nobody know if this is really a picture that was taken, a video that was taken of Beanman and this next person. You get me? And it's crazy because if you cannot identify someone on social media by a video or image, trust me, AI literally take over now. So it's impossible to identify who is who right here, you know. And most people are circulating because they must say, "Oh, if this is real, Beanman don't fish," you know. And in this video, I think this person is probably a woman trying to be a man. You get me? I say, but who knows? Who knows? AI runs social media now, so there is no way that we can identify who is who right here. Who is not who is who, but what is real. You know, because AI literally has taken over. Or to most people are saying that this is real, you know. But my thing is, who would have wanted to make something like this about Beanman? You get me? So who would have wanted to make something like this about Beanman? You know, the whole focus right now is on Jaii Fraii. And then you get me? So everything around the media is literally about Jaii Fraii this, Javi this, 450 this. You get me? So when this video is going viral now on media, everybody wonders, is this real or fake? Because if this is fake, why would somebody want to make something like this about Beanman? Nobody literally remembers Beanman. You know, and only time Beanman's name is being mentioned is when him call up cartel name. Or if the matter working on the dance hall. You get me? So I honestly don't know how or where this video comes from. But I think it might be real. Well, I think it might be a 50% chance. 50% chance it might be real. 50% chance it might be fake because AI can do this. Yeah, AI has literally taken over the media. AI can do this. Get me? I say, we just need clarification now on what is going on right here. You know, and that is something we definitely aggregate because it's in the media. So either Beanman will come out and say, oh, this wasn't me, or either the person that made the video that's in the video with Beanman kissing, I'll come out and say, oh, this is not real. You get me? But let's see. Let's wait and see.